Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tim Cooks with me, Chef Tim. Today, I'll be teaching you how to make naan bread from scratch. It's nice, soft, fluffy and pairs well with all curries and dals. Let's get started. Alright, to start off the naan bread, we need to activate the yeast. Here, I've got some water which I've heated up to about 45 degrees Celsius. Now, I'm going to mix in my sugar, dissolve it in the water, and then I'm going to add my dry yeast in. Mix it up. Make sure everything dissolves. And then just like that, we're going to leave it for 10 minutes. Let the yeast activate and bubble up, and then we'll proceed to the next step. Now, if you're using frozen yeast, just double the amount you use for dried yeast. And for frozen yeast, you don't have to go so hot on the water. You got to go about 40 to 45 degrees Celsius because frozen yeast is already activated. So while waiting for the yeast to activate, we can mix in our wet ingredients. Going to add a milk, yogurt, and some corn oil. Whisk it up and set it aside. And now we got our flour. We're going to mix it with the salt. We'll just combine things together in a while. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes plus already. Our yeast has risen, look at that. Now, we want to dump this into our wet mix. So our yeast has been activated already. Going to combine this with our wet mix. Now that it's evenly combined, I'm going to pour this into our flour mix or the dry mix. Make sure you clean the bowl out. So you want to mix it till it almost comes together. Then we're going to put it on the board and we're going to knead it by hand. We're going to flour our board a bit. Let's put it all on here. It's going to get messy. Bring it all together. Now we're going to knead it for about good 10-15 minutes. And I'm going to plonk in our dough. Just like that. We're going to wrap it with plastic wrap and we're going to bulk ferment it for an hour where it'll triple its size, and then we'll be back to portion it out. Alright everyone, it's been an hour already. As you can see, the dough has tripled its size. Now we got to knock it down and we're going to portion it. You want to lightly flour your surface again. And you're going to lightly knock that dough down a bit. So as you can see, it'll come down back to size. Now we're going to portion it at about 70 grams each. It's up to you, honestly, how big you want it. So we got our naan dough all portioned out at 70 grams each. This recipe will yield you 14 pieces at 70 grams each. Now, what do you want to do? You want to roll the dough up tightly into a nice ball. Right, so that's the technique. You're pushing all the dough down to the bottom and you're getting a nice smooth dough on top, and you're going to place it in an insert or a baking tray, quite a deep one because it's going to puff up as you put it in the chiller. Line it with a bit of corn oil so it doesn't stick. And repeat the whole process. And I like to cover it with a bit of parchment. And cover it, and you can put it in your chiller. It'll last up to 3 days. Now if you want to freeze it, you do not portion it. You get the whole bulk fermented dough. You knead it down, oil a container, put it in, cover it, and you can put it in the freezer. It'll last up to 6 months. Our portioned naan dough has been resting in the chiller. Let's start rolling it up. Press down the dough, flour it up, flip it over, flour it up, and roll it up. So how big you want to go is completely up to you. But I'm making mini naan, so it's about 4 to 5 inches in diameter. Alright, dust off any excess flour and let's get it grilling. To grill up your naan bread, get a saute pan nice and hot. Let's oil it up. I got some corn oil here. Just lightly oil it. Rolled out. Push it away from you and let it do its thing. Control the fire. You don't want such a low fire that it doesn't crisp up. You don't want such a high fire that it burns. So keep an eye on it. I see it bubbling up. At this point of time, this is optional, but I like to put a bit of garlic. About a teaspoon or a teaspoon and a half. Just spread it around on top, just for extra flavor. And some chopped Chinese parsley, coriander. See the bottom? Nice golden beautiful crust. Flip it over. Nice and crispy exterior. Once the top is browned nicely and fully cooked, transfer it to a plate. What I like to do for extra flavor, I like to put about half a teaspoon of ghee. This is optional. You can use butter. It's a healthier choice. And there you go. Homemade naan bread. Takes less than 5 minutes.